piece of you and me. Sky high, busy life, I wanna leave. Oh, muscle tight, early light, cleanse down jaw. Say my name or say it twice. Shed this layer of overthinking. Oh, I don't wanna be less than I can be. Waterfalls wash me. The wicked drowning water, let go, wicked water. Wicked drowning water. I don't wanna be less than I can be. Waterfalls wash me and cleanse me. The wicked drowning water, let go, wicked water. Wicked drowning water. Let's go on the longest journey far away. See elephant out in the wild. Forget every word we've ever known. Sunrise, sunset, hopes and dreams and regret. Now it's all the same. Call me out from my shadow self. It's time I can tell. I don't wanna be less than I can be. Waterfalls wash me. The wicked drowning water, let go, wicked water. Wicked drowning water. I don't wanna be less than I can be. Waterfalls wash me and cleanse me. The wicked drowning water, let go, wicked water. Wicked drowning water. We're not gonna wait, not gonna waste our time. We're not gonna stress, not gonna make a mess. Oh.
Hi friends, mobility, flexibility, it's something we all want more of, isn't it? And you're gonna get it here today. All right, finish this line for me. All's well that, all's well that begins well. There's a different twist on it, right? You usually think all's well that ends well, but all's well that begins well. Just gotta begin. It's important, you just gotta start. And sometimes you're not really motivated to start, but just try, just start, just do it, and before you know it, things fall into place. Go slow if you have to, nothing wrong with going slow. You gotta go slow before you can go fast. I'm Jan, this is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. It's a 1 hour long practice. We practice every single day, live, start to finish, so all the little mistakes are for real. But it's just like going to a real class, but you're in the privacy of your own home. You can do it your own way. Be comfortable in your body. Do what's right for your body, as the bottom of the screen says. Do what's right for your body. If something hurts, don't do it. Back out of it. Take it to a lesser percentage. Do what you can and give yourself permission to do exactly what your body needs. We're going to be down on the mat most of the time today, but we do have a little bit of balancing if you choose to do that. If you don't choose to do it, I got something else for you to do. It's all good. Okay, all right, let's just start. Let's just give it a go. Grab your props today, you know, a couple yoga blocks, your eye shade, and a strap. You know, grab a belt to your robe if that's the case. And let's come into our first position. Let's do Sukhasana. So come on and have a seat on the ground. Sit comfortably, whatever is comfortable for you. Maybe legs are slightly crisscrossed, maybe they're long, it's okay. I'm gonna do a Sukhasana pose. For the Sukhasana pose, I'm gonna bring my leg up. Bottom of the screen says, do what's right for your body. Still there. So take care of that. All right, so bring one foot up on top of the other knee. Let the other knee rest. Here's where you could use a block or your little towel. You could put the block underneath your top knee to get comfortable there. This is a hip opener. Didn't have to tell you that, right? All right, so lock a stress number into your mind. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, what kind of stress you feeling right now? Give it a number and we'll come back to it at the end. All right, so just sit calmly, hands maybe on your knees. Take a deep breath in and a slow deep breath out. Be mindful of your breath. Just be aware of your breath. Breathe in through the nose. Maybe sigh it out. Just let it go. Sigh it out your mouth. Let it be. Just try to calm your mind down. Deep breath in. Deep, slow breath out. Sigh it out, let it go. All right, so you're getting into your hips, especially if you're in this Sukhasana pose. You can take it a little deeper in Sukhasana if you want by bringing the bottom foot, bringing it up and letting it rest on top of the opposite knee. I just can't bend that way, so I'm letting it go. No big deal. Maybe your legs are good and straight. Totally fine. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. All right, just gently, maybe eyes are opened or closed, up to you. Just start to turn your head from left to right. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. Deep breaths, turning your head maybe a little more each time. And then think about this, the word of today. Keep turning your head. The word of the day is truth. Truth. Isn't that a beautiful thing? The core essence of truth. It means the actual state of a matter. And I don't know what the actual state of your physical matter is, or your mind, or your soul. But just seek the truth, right? Acknowledge the truth. Acknowledge how you feel. And just work on feeling a little bit better. That sums it up plain and simple, doesn't it? If it were all that simple, it would be great. But come to the truth of your practice. Not every day is easy, that's for sure. But just embrace where you are and find the essence, the actual state of your practice. All right, you've turned your head a lot from left to right. Let's finish and come back to the midline of the body. Lengthen up the front of your head. Eyes can be opened or closed. I know sometimes if you close your eyes in this, it kind of gives you a little bit of vertigo. And if that's the case, open your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Maybe do some neck circles now. Just let your head roll around on those shoulders. Maybe neck circles in the other direction. Neck is nice and loose. Come back to the midline of your body. Shoulder shrugs, shoulders up to the ears, good and tight. Shoulders to the back of the room, good and strong. And let the shoulders come down. Do a couple of shoulder shrugs. And just, try to slow down the thinking in your head. Just slow it down. Be here in this moment. Enjoy this moment. Just breathe. Feel how good your shoulders feel, how strong they feel. And then finish. Shoulders are done. Let's do some little side bends. Just plant one hand down on the mat or use your block if you want. Other arm lifts high to the sky, give it a good stretch, and then let that extended arm reach across the midline of your body as it reaches toward the side of your room. Your elbow, that is your foundation, let it be like an elevator, up and down, whatever feels right. Chin away from the chest, top shoulder back toward the back of the room. Keep both bottom cheeks down. Eyes opened or closed. Just stretch. We're going to do that banana asana pose today too, so you'll feel the same good stretch up your side body. Again, in a little bit. Finish up, come back to the midline, lift both arms up to the sky. Plant the opposite arm down, stretch a little more out of that extended arm, and then let that arm go across the midline of the body and just stretch it out. Elevator elbow, chin up, keep your chin up, and keep your shoulder back. Breathe in, breathe out. Be in the present moment. Don't sweat things. Just let it be. Just enjoy your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Come on back up to the midline of your body. Both arms go good and high. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, arms come down. Think hands down. Hands down. Place your hands on the ground. Let your arms, your hands walk a little further forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Reach a little farther. Slide the hands back towards your body. Place your hands behind your hips, kind of like a little kickstand. Lift up through the chest, lift up through the chin. Take this little baby back bend. And then finish. Come on back to the midline of your body. Let's take a little seated twist. Let the arms go toward one leg or the other. Put your hands on the outside of that thigh and just twist and look over your shoulder. Come back to the midline of the body. Hands go to the outside of the other thigh and twist in that direction. Look over the shoulder. And let go of the, oh, it should look like this, or oh, I'm doing it wrong. You're doing it right. Just gotta move. And don't think, oh, I gotta do more. I gotta twist more. Why can't I twist more? Don't. Let go of that. Let go of all the shoulds and woulds and coulds. You're doing it just right. All right, let's switch it out. Come back to the midline, switch out your legs. Your hips are getting a good stretch here if you're doing the Sukhasana pose. I'm gonna bring my opposite foot on the bottom, bring the opposite foot on top. Settle in, put the block under the knee if that feels better. However you're sitting, it's good. Do you believe it? That is the truth. That is so much the truth. The actual state of the matter is you are here. You are moving a little bit. Little bit of movements help so very much. Hands to your knees. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Maybe for you today, you might want to bring your hands to prayer center. We talk about that a lot. Letting the shoulders rest, thumb in toward the chest. This is a little moment of prayer, a little moment of solitude, a little moment of peace, a little bit of time for your soul. Maybe this is the time where you think of a positive affirmative statement that you want to make to yourself. Nobody knows what you're saying. Nobody knows what you're thinking. That's the beauty of it. So make it a doozy. Think, I am beautiful. I am strong. I am capable. I am able. Whatever it is, say it and believe it because it is the truth. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it go. Soften in your hips and then get your mind off of your hips. They'll just naturally relax and release here. Just let it be. I'm going to put my hands back on my knees. I'm going to take a deep breath in and a deep sighing breath out. Turning my head left to right, right to left. Embrace those little crunchies in the neck as long as they don't hurt. You're golden. Remember, eyes can be opened or closed. Shoulders are soft and away from the ears, and you are just turning your neck. Get that neck mobility going. Even a little farther. Let's bring our head back to the midline of the body. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Neck circles any way you like them. Maybe you don't like them. And if you don't like them, don't do them. That's doing your yoga your way. You could sit and lengthen through the crown of your head. You could continue turning your head left to right. Just find whatever movements feel good here in your neck. Take it in opposite direction if that is right and it is time to do that. Move your neck. Whatever feels good. No rules, no restrictions. Just don't hurt. If something hurts, don't do it. All right, settle in with the neck. Head back at the midline of the body. Lengthen up and soften up. Shoulder shrugs, and really feel your shoulders here. Let it feel good. You're going to really tense up. Let it feel good. So pull the shoulders up to your ears like they're shoulder earrings, right? Pull them up, squeeze tightly. Send them back to the back of the room. Oh, you feel your chest open up. And then let them soften. That's how you want your shoulders. You want them soft, right? So give them a wiggle. Do a few more shoulder shrugs, nice and tight up near the ears. Oh my gosh, how many of us are constantly in this state of holding tension in our shoulders? Let it go. Send the shoulders to the back of the room. And then let your shoulders soften and know, hey, this is how they feel. One more time, up to the ears, to the back of the room, and then soften them on down and give them a wiggle. Nice. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Side bends. I'm going to lift both arms up to the sky, reach up. One arm comes down, holds onto the ground or your block. Other arm that's lifted reaches across the midline of the body. Elevator elbow lets me take it deeper if I want. Chin away from the chest, top shoulder back. Hi Tammy, hi Lynn, hi Lori, hi Scott. Happy belated birthday and happy early birthday. Hello to Stan, hello to Tyrone. How are you guys? Marietta, Kelly, Tina, Rena, Roger, Kristen, Louise, Clark, how are you? Stretch, reach. Oh, how you doing? Finish. Come on back to the midline of your body. Lift the arms up. Breathe in. Exhale it out. Other arm down. Other arm crosses the midline of your body. Elevator elbow. Stretch. Reach. Keep your bottom cheeks down. Reach. Breathe in, breathe out. It's so easy to get tight, isn't it? Through immobility is how we get tight. By being mobile and flexible, you get all loose and comfortable, and it helps prevent injury. Because your body is more adaptable, it can move and adapt to situations. You're not rigid, you're not stiff, you're strong. You're mobile, you're flexible. Reach, and then let's finish. Come on back to the midline, lift your arms up because you can. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, shoulders are soft, palms toward the front, reach forward, let the hands slap down on the earth, walk your hands forward. Oh, feel the stretch in that hip. Breathe in, and breathe out. Hollow out the belly, put your belly button toward your spine. Push it, breathe, exhale all the air out of your lungs. Your hands are down on the earth, push into them a little bit more like you're trying to slide the earth away. Slowly walk your hands back towards your body. Swing your hands around. Bring them to the back like a little kickstand. Lift your chest up to the sky. Chin up too. Chin up. Always chin up. And then finish. Come back to a natural position. Shoulders over your hips. Two hands outside of one thigh. Twist and look over that shoulder. Come back to the center. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Kind of a reset. Recalculate everything back to the midline. Two hands outside of the other thigh. Twist and turn. You're doing it absolutely perfectly. Just a nice little twist here. And then when you're ready, let's come back to the midline of the body. Take a breath in. And a refreshing breath out. Your hips are loving you. You may not be loving them right now, but oh my goodness, you worked wonders in the hips already. Okay, let's come out of this and come into a child's pose. All right, now, let the yoga meet you where you are. Don't think I gotta get into this crazy pose. You do whatever feels good for you. I'm gonna bring my knees together. I'm gonna put my hips back toward my heels. They can sit on your heels if you want or not. Use a block to bring the ground up to you as you bring your forehead down to the block. Arms can be down by your sides. Think about those shoulders again, away from your ears. Palms are face up. Fingers reach toward the bottom of your mat. So nice, tight, concise little ball here. Breathe in, breathe out. This is your classic child's pose. You can use the block or don't use the block. Bring your forehead down to the mat. An option here, if you want, is to spread your knees wide. Big toes are still touching, hips go back to your heels, and the arms are going to reach forward this time. This is a wide-legged child's pose. You can use the block underneath your forehead again, or not at all. If your arms are extended, remember how we pushed into the earth a little while ago in that seated forward fold? Do the same thing. Push hard into the earth. Think of stretching your yoga mat a little bit longer. Bring your hips back towards your heels. Think of your spine as good and long. Decompression in the spine. Oh, it just feels good here. Let it feel good. What feels good? Maybe your arms have a little bit of a bend in the elbow. Maybe that feels better. Or maybe you're reaching super duper far, pushing into the mat. Take a deep breath in, so deep that your belly kind of presses up. And then a big breath out. Settle in. Let it go. Now close your lips if you like. And try to breathe in and out of your nose as you again come to the beauty, the truth of your breath. And just focus on that. Nothing else, just your breath right here, right now. This is called Ujjayi Pranayama breath. If you like it, continue with it. If it's just not cutting it for you today due to allergies or a cold or whatever, if you just don't like it, breathe any way you like, but take your breaths good and long and deep. Full breaths in and full breaths out. Child's pose, come back to it anytime you like or stay here longer. I'm going to press on up to a neutral tabletop now. That means my wrists are going to be under my shoulders. My knees are going to be underneath my hips. My back is long. I'm going to press the tops of my feet into the mat and my hands too. In this neutral tabletop, we're going to do some cat-cow poses. This is a great one for your spine. Tuck your chin to your chest. Tuck your tailbone under. Exhale. Inhale, cow pose. Tailbone lifts, crown of your head lifts. Again, you're moving your neck. Pushing the tops of your feet into the mat. Exhale for cat, arch your back up to the sky. Inhale for cow, belly sags down to the mat. That doesn't sound very nice, but it's the image that, helps you understand it. It's a nice cue. All right, in and out with the breath. Cat, cow. Now don't worry about how it looks. Don't worry about anything. Just right now, focus on the feeling in your spine. How does it feel? I know when I push the earth away in cat, I feel it in my shoulders. I tuck my tailbone under and I really feel it in the low back in a good way. And I hope you are too. Remember, if anything hurts, if anything's painful, don't do it, or just do it more gently. Take it to a lesser percentage. All right, cat, cow. Your spine's loving it. Let's finish up now. Come back to your neutral tabletop. Let's extend the right leg long, put the ball of the right foot down on your mat, and press like you're a runner ready at the starting line, ready to take off. Press into the ball of the foot, press into your hands, feel the nice stretch in the right leg. And if you'd like, stay here, or lift up the leg, cross the midline of your body, hug the upper inner thighs, squeeze them together, plant the ball of the foot down on the left side of your body, then look over your left shoulder. Look back to your foot, look back to your toes, look back to your dog's nose. Breathe. Nice stretch on the right side. Bring your head back to the midline, lift the leg up, bring it back to the starting position. Knee meets knee on your mat. All right, let's do it again. Other side. Left leg extends, ball of the foot presses into the mat. Don't worry about, I'm going too slow, going too fast. Just take it at your pace. Feel what feels good. Good things take time, right? But you gotta start. All right, I'm gonna lift this left leg up, cross the midline of the body, plant the foot down, and look over the right shoulder. I'm gonna look back to my toes, to my knee, maybe to my bottom. Big stretch all up the left side. Breathe. All right, finish up. Knee meets knee. Let's do a little bit of balancing. You can bring your block to the top of your mat for bird dog pose. All right, so balancing. Yeah, we're going to do balancing from a four-legged tabletop. That's interesting, isn't it? Let's lift the right leg up. Lift the right leg, bring your knee to about hip height, and extend the right leg long. Draw your toes towards your shins so you feel like your heel is driving to the back wall. Let your right hip be equal distant as the left hip is to your mat. Press hard into your hands, nice and strong here. Add in your left arm. Reach your left arm forward. You can reach for your block if that feels comfortable to you, or no block at all. Press into the earth, strong foundation, fingers spread, thumb up, breathe. Hold it here, stay strong, stretch. Stretch and lengthen through the spine. Strengthen the low back, strengthen the spine, decompress the spine. Crown of your head is reaching toward the top of your mat, stretch. Hold it. Now finish. Hand comes down if you had it lifted. Knee comes down to meet the left knee. Other side. Left leg lifts, knee to hip height. Extend the left leg long. Draw the toes toward the shin. Oh, my low back feels strong doing this. Press the top of the foot into the mat. Press your hands into the mat. Hold it right here. Dial your left hip down just a smidge. And then right arm reaches. Right arm reaches for the block, for stability, or reaches all on its own. Think of your spine as long. Push into the earth. Lengthen from fingertips of your right hand all the way through your left heel. Lengthen, strengthen, be strong. Reach. Maybe now's the time to come back to your mantra and tell yourself, I am strong. I am a warrior. I can do it. And then let's finish. Hand comes down, knee comes down. That was your bird dog pose. Let's take a brief wide-legged child's pose. Knees spread wide, hips back slowly to your heels. Let it feel awesome. Reach your hands to the top of your mat. Stretch it out here. Big breath in and big breath out. Let's come out of this pose. Find your 2 yoga blocks. Let's come into a lunge. All right, so 2 blocks at their highest height, side by side to the outside of your thighs. Come to standing on your knees. Once you're standing on your knees, bring your right foot forward, knee over ankle. Your blocks. Press into them. Send your left leg long on your mat. Maybe put a towel under your left knee if that feels better. Come on up a little bit in the shoulders. Maybe fingertips are balancing on your blocks. All right? Doesn't matter how it looks, matters how it feels. Are you feeling a good stretch in your left hip? That's what we're after. All right, hold on here. Use your blocks for stability. Adjust them so they're comfortable. Maybe bring your shoulders more over your hips. The foot that's forward, the right foot, push the foot into the mat a little bit more. Breathe in, breathe out. You're seeking stability here. And think of the word stability. And when you're stable, you feel tranquil, right? Tranquility equals stability. Hold it here. Maybe eyes are open or closed, up to you. I'm going to lift my arms up to the sky. Then I'm going to take a little baby back bend. Then I'm going to bring my hands back to prayer center. Time for that mantra. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Hands back to the blocks. Let's surf. Straighten the right leg. Send the hips back toward the left heel. Maybe come up onto just the heel on that right foot. Blocks can stay right where they are. You can keep your hands on the blocks. Move them a little bit if you have to. No big deal. And your bottom doesn't have to come all the way back to your heel. You stretch to the degree that feels right. Press on back up. Let the knee come forward of the ankle. Even remove your arms. Remove your arms. Remove your arms from the blocks. And then reach forward. Reach. One more time, hands to the block, send your hips back. Heel up, maybe keep your hands on the blocks. Then press on up to that starting position. Bring the right knee to meet the left. Bring the left foot forward. Have your knee over your ankle because you're good and strong. You're good and stable. Push the foot into the mat. Hands can be on the blocks. Now send that right leg back. Long and strong. Feel the stretch in the right hip. Maybe staying right here is just what you need. Maybe you bring your shoulders up a little bit more with the fingertips on the blocks. Maybe even farther. Maybe lift the arms up, lengthen through your fingertips a little bit more. Stay strong here. Push the tops of your feet, top of the right foot and the bottom of your left foot into the mat. Stay strong. Take a little back bend if you like. Strong, stable. Yes, you are. Hands back to prayer center, shoulders over your hips. Breath in, breath out. That's what it's all about. Breath in, breath out. Hands back to the blocks, time to surf. Left leg straightens, then comes forward. You got your hands on the blocks. You can use them a little bit, move them back, forth, whatever. Surf to what feels good in that hip and that left knee. I'm going to come all the way back. You can walk your blocks back if you want. Then come forward. Maybe arms reach good and forward. Maybe you keep your blocks right where they are by your ankle. Send your hips back a little bit more, or a lot. Heel is of the left foot is on the mat. Hands are on the blocks. Just taking that stretch. Whatever stretch feels good. No rules. Or there's one rule, and two rules. One rule is to show up consistently. The second rule is to not hurt yourself. Do what feels good. Breathe in, breathe out. Come on back to that starting position. Knee meets knee. You know what we're in position for? Toes pose. Let's do it. Strengthen your foundation. Let it feel good in the feet. Draw your toes towards your shins. Have a seat back on your heels. How does that feel? All right, you don't have to sit all the way on your heels. You come back a little bit, come out of it if you need to, do what feels right for you. You could also take your block and put it under your bottom so the block is on your heels and you can sit back here. You decide what you want to do today in your toes pose. We're going to take the full range of motion to ensure that flexibility and mobility in the ankles, our feet. Now, you can stay here in toes pose, or let's go into the ankle pose. Bring the tops of your feet onto your mat, sit back onto your heels. We're used to this, we just did it in our lunge. Blocks by your sides, come onto the tops of your feet. Use your blocks or no blocks at all, you decide. Find your balance here. Then come forward, come back to your toes pose. Just get into this little flow. It's a toes pose, ankle flow, stretching the feet, the ankles, the toes. Oh yeah, you do however you want to do today. You can find your balance, keeping the knees together, bringing them up, 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 hands to prayer center, or hands can be down on your mat. Lift your knees up, or and walk back with your blocks. And again, the way to think about the blocks is that they bring the ground up to you. That's a nice way to think of it. And you know, just don't have huge expectations. Don't think, oh, I can't go that far into the ankle pose. Oh, I have to use the blocks. So what? Peace begins, and that's what we all want, right? Peace begins where your expectation ends. You know, don't put pressure on yourself. The world does enough of that. Just do what feels right. All right, so you've done your toes pose and ankle pose. Let's come out of this by coming to a neutral tabletop. Lift your feet up off of your mat, squeeze and scrunch your toes, circle your ankles. Oh, they've got new life in them, don't they? Tap your feet out on your mat. All right, there you go. How you feeling? Pretty good, right? Let's feel even better. All right, a plank. Plank pose. We set a timer. We do a plank just about every day. We set a timer for 1 minute. You don't have to do it for a minute. You don't have to do it at all. Now could be your 1 minute time to go get a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or whatever you want. But we do a 1 minute plank. Lots of ways to do plank. You do it your way. All right, here's an option for you. Walk your hands forward from your neutral tabletop. Send your knees back a little bit more. Widen them, just adjust. And then shift your weight forward so you feel more weight in your arms and hold it here. Fingers spread wide, pressing your thumb and your pointer finger a little bit more into the mat as you suction cup your fingers like a little gecko. You can stay right here if you like. Another option would be to come down onto your forearms. Have your elbows underneath your shoulders. Send your legs back a little bit more and stay on your knees right here. So kind of like Sphinx arms, totally fine. Perhaps you draw your toes up toward your shins and you press on up into your dolphin plank, pressing the earth away. All good options. You decide. I'm going to take a high plank. Let's get in position now. Maybe you're already doing it and going for a longer than a minute. Good on you. For a high plank, I'm going to send my legs long, feet hip-width distance apart and hands shoulder-width distance apart. Pushing into the earth, let's set a timer now. So the timer's going to be on the screen. All right. Lengthen through your body flat as a board, like a plank, right? So you're pressing into your hands. Breathe here. We're about 10 seconds in. Now you can take breaks anytime you want. You could come down to your knees if you like. You could send your hips high for that downward facing dog pose. But just get back in. Stay with it. Be strong and stable. We're halfway there, 30 seconds. Shoulders over the wrists if you're in a high plank. Press the earth away, lengthen through your spine. Hold on here. You got it, you can do it. Breathe. 15 seconds to go. Push the earth away. Gaze down in between your hands, lengthen. 10 seconds. Hold it. 5, 4. Oh, the countdown's nice. We are now done. Come on down to your knees. Have a seat, maybe on your heels, any way you like, and grab a drink. All right, how did you do? The little clock is up there just for you to measure your progress if you want to. All right, so in a plank, think about it. Everything is tense, right? Remember how we did our shoulder shrugs in that little warm-up? Everything is tense in the plank, and it feels so good when you come out of it. But you're working everything you got, and that's good. All right, let's come down to our backs. Bring your strap to about hip height and come on down. So you're seated. Let's take it slowly. Hands to prayer center. Repeat your mantra, and then recline slowly. Take it slowly. You are in control. We all want to be in control, don't we? Hold on. Hold on. Your core is strong. Lower a little bit. Maybe hold it a little bit. Maybe lower more. All the way to fully reclined. All right, stretch it out. Stick pose. Arms overhead. Point your toes. Lengthen. Strengthen. Breathe. All right. Dead bug. There are many variations of dead bug. The one I'm going to take today, you take what you like. But dead bug's harder than you think. Lift your legs up, knees over your hips. Shins parallel to the earth. Hands, take them and press, put them on your thighs. Push your hands into your thighs, then push your thighs back into your hands. Dead bug. This is a hard one. Lots of variations to it. You could have your legs extended to the sky and your arms extended too, and then lift and lower your limbs. We'll do that another day this week. But shake it up. Shaking it up's important. All right, only you know. How hard are you pressing into your hands? Maybe not at all. Kick it up a notch. Push into your hands, good and hard. Push your thighs back into your hands, really strong. Almost embrace the shake. Breathe, breathe. How are you doing? It's a challenge if you make it one. And then let's finish. Bring your legs on down. Find your strap. Let's do boat pose with the strap today for fun. All right, place the center of the strap underneath your 2 feet. Send your legs long. Send them high up to the sky. Whew. Adjust the strap. Hold on to the strap like reins of a horse. Elbows hugged in. Breathe. All right. Remember how we came down slowly when we came to recline to do our dead bug pose? Let's do just the opposite. Let's come up nice and slowly. Bring your heels down toward the earth. You're holding onto your straps, so you got control here. Realize just the nice little leverage you've got here. Lower your hips or lower your heels nice and slowly. Come on up. Let the chest shine forward. Lift up, no rounded shoulders here. Holding onto that strap good and tight, nice and strong. And then slowly lower the heels. Lower them so they're about a foot away from the earth. And lean on back. Find balance here. Breathe. Just find balance. It's kind of fun. Find your balance here. Little bend in your knees might feel better for you. You decide. Lower your heels a little bit more. Chest is lifted. Back is nice and straight. Stay strong. And as you're ready, let the heels come on down good and slow to the earth. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, shoulders over your hips. Exhale. Walk your hands forward on the strap, maybe both hands hold on to both straps, and fold in half here. Inhale, your belly pushes against your thighs, can't help that, you're gonna rise up. Exhale, let your belly button go back towards your spine, and then fold even more forward. Strap is helping you here. Let's finish. Come on up. Release the strap, shoulders over your hips, Banana Asana. Hands to prayer center. Let's come on back, good and slowly. Remember, you're in control. Core is strong, that's what it's all about. Come all the way down. For your Banana Asana, let those prayer hands work way overhead. So your biceps are up near your ears. Reach through your fingertips. All right, your feet. Walk both feet together to the right bottom corner of your mat. Think of a banana, the shape of a banana, the curve of a banana. So your feet are walked to the right corner. Now let your arms, palms are still touching, let them work toward the right corner of the mat. Keep your left hip down and keep your left shoulder down. Doesn't have to be a big curve. Just breathe. Left leg, lift it up and cross it over your right ankle. Right hand, grab your left wrist and give it a little tug. You don't have to do either of those. It's just ways to make this a little more intense. Taking the stretch a little deeper. Big stretch up that left side of your body. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Find peace in your shoulders. Find peace in your hips. You've got mobility in your hips. You did that Sukhasana pose. Let the hips relax. We did those side bends. That was a little bit of a warm-up for this. Now uncross your ankles if you chose to do that. Hands back to a prayer position. Walk your feet back to the midline of your body. Let your hands go back to the midline of the body too. Lengthen up in your stick pose and then take your Banana Asana pose to the other side. Work your heels toward the left side of your mat, but keep both hips down. Promise me you'll do that. Then let your hands go toward the top left corner of your mat. Keep your right shoulder down. I know some people, they want to roll over. Don't do that. Keep the hip down. Keep the right shoulder down and reach. Reach through your fingers. Reach. So nice big stretch up the right side of your body. All right, let your right ankle cross over the left here, maybe. Let your left hand grab your right wrist and give it a little tug. Just breathe and feel what you feel. Soften in the jaws. Soften the area between the eyebrows. Breathe. Work your hands back to the midline of your body. Work your feet back to the midline of the body. Stretch it out in your stick pose. Bend your knees. Let the soles of your feet touch as you open up your knees wide to the side of the room. Let your arms float down into a cactus-like position. So your elbows are at about shoulder height. The backs of your forearms are to the mat and your hands are down on your mat too. So you can stay right here in this reclined goddess pose. If you want to work in 2 little balancing poses in today's practice, let's come on up to standing. But you don't have to. You can stay right here in this goddess pose. I'm going to bring my knees together, send my legs long, let my arms float down, and I'm going to come on up to seated. Maybe try to come up without using your hands. All right, come on up to a standing position, however you want to get there. All right, just 2 little balancing poses for today. Okay, here's the deal. You will look taller. Love this one for your posture. Legs are good and zipped up. Arms lift up. Arms come into the shape of the letter Y. Backs of the hands are pressed to the back of the room. U. Big letter W for the word will. Elbows down, shoulders squeezed. Letter W for the word will. 2 L's in the arms, forearms parallel to the earth. Chest is strong and lifted, shoulders are squeezed together. Tee out your arms for the word taller, and then pulse your hands to the back of the room. Let's do it again. You will look taller. I'm going to do it one more time and tell you this funny story. Pam, I'm going to share this with you. Pam and her wonderful husband, Bert, when they do their yoga, sweet Bert says, here we go, let's do it again. Your wife looks terrific. How cute is that? Isn't that fun? All right, we all look terrific when we have better posture. Let's let our arms float down by our sides. Nice and good, strong, solid posture. Back is straight. Think about rounded shoulders. So many of us walk this way. Nope. Shoulders are back. You will look taller. You got it. Let's do tree. Hands together in prayer. Soften in one knee, turn that soft knee to the side of the room. Root in two, that strong foundational foot. Let the foot of the bent leg work its way up the foundational leg. Where do you want to take it? It can be kickstanded, heel to the inner ankle. You can work it up a little higher into the calf, or skip over the knee, skip over that, push it high into the thigh. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, lengthen up a little bit taller, grow your branches of your arms and sway them. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Right foot meets left. You've got it. Tree pose on the other side. Foundational leg is strong and firm. Other knee opens up. Kickstand it if you want. Lift it up a little higher or take it high into the upper inner thigh. Push the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. If you want to have a chair nearby, totally fine. Don't sweat it. Hands can stay at prayer center or on your hips. Maybe you start by growing one branch or the other. You decide. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. That really does help. Lengthen up through your spine. Shake your branches, either intentionally or unintentionally. Catch yourself if you fall out. If you fall out, get right back in. Don't end on a negative note. End on a positive note. Get back into the pose, even if it's just for a second or two. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Left foot meets right, or whatever foundational foot. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Fold forward. That's it for balancing. I told you there wouldn't be much. It's mostly on our knees today. So come on down to your knees, or mostly on your mat. Come on down to seated. Spread your legs wide. Grab your 2 yoga blocks. Or you don't have to have any blocks at all if you don't want. Bring them between your legs. Legs spread wide. Wide-legged forward fold. Lengthen up. And soften up. Work your blocks forward. Maybe push your blocks forward. Let your chest come toward the earth. You could have your chest come toward your blocks. You could set up your blocks at whatever height works for you. Rest your hands, your forearms, or your forehead on it. Whatever gives you that nice good stretch in the inner thighs. Your adductor muscles. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, wiggle your toes, maybe draw your toes up toward your knees. Hold on here. You can stay right here if you like, if it feels really good. Stay here. Why not? It's up to you. I'm going to come out of this pose and I'm going to come into a bridge pose. Shoulders over my hips, legs come together. Grab your eye shade, your little hand towel, put them up by your shoulders. All right, bridge pose. Remember this one? Come on down. Soles of your feet on your mat. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up. You are in control. Slowly recline. And maybe you're just kind of new to this. And maybe you come back really fast. That's okay. Or maybe just, use your hands here as a kickstand and slowly lower down those elevator elbows. Just work it. You got to challenge yourself a little bit, and maybe that's plenty of a challenge today. Let's come all the way down, and let's do our bridge pose. For your bridge pose, arms down by your sides. Bend your knees, soles of your feet are on your mat. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out as your shoulders soften into the mat. Next inhale, push hard into your feet and lift your hips on up. Lift your hips up, wiggle your shoulder blades closer to your spine. Ooh, you feel like your hips have gone a mile higher. Arms can be down by your sides, or you can interlace your fingers and press your pinkies into the mat. Push hard into your feet. Chest is lifted. And then release your hands underneath your back if you did that, and then roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Send your left leg long on your mat. Let the heel go toward the bottom of the mat. Bend your right knee. Hug the right knee in. Circle the ankle in one direction, then circle it in the other direction. We're going to do a supine twist. Let your left hand hold onto the right knee and pull it across the midline of your body. Using the left hand, encourage the right knee down on the left side of your body. Right arm, tee it out. Keep the right shoulder down and look a little to the right arm, or look a lot to the right arm. Palm of the right hand is up. Twist. Just imagine this twist going deeper. Think of your waist as a washcloth and you're just really wringing it out. Bring your right hip on down, hug the right knee in, circle the ankle this way and that. Send the right leg long on your mat, right heel toward the bottom of the mat with your toes drawn toward your shin. Left heel, drag it on up, hug the knee on in toward your chest, good and tight. Circle the ankle in one direction, circle the ankle in the other direction. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of your body as you roll onto your right hip. Encourage the left knee down on the right side of your body. Left arm tees out, and if it feels good, look to the left. Finish up, left hip comes down, gaze goes back up to the sky, hug the knee in again, circle the ankle again. Send your legs long onto your mat. Now bend both knees. Walk your feet out to the sides of your mat, just so you feel the edges of your mat so your knees are kind of spread. Tee out your arms, and then let your knees fall to the right. Bring them on up as you inhale, and let your knees fall to the left. And you can turn your head in the opposite direction of which the knees are falling, or just keep your gaze up to the sky and just focus on that good hip mobility that we started in that Sukhasana pose. All right, it is time to finish up. So send your legs long on your mat. Take a brief pentacle pose. So what is that? Spread your legs wide, really super wide. Send your arms overhead, really super wide. Create the letter X shape in your body. Shoulders are down, elbows are down, backs of your hands are down. Heels are on your mat, pinky toes fall toward the edges of your mat. Breathe here in this big capital letter X shape. And adjust. If it doesn't feel good in your shoulders, bring your arms down a bit or bend your elbows. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Time for your final Shavasana. Maybe you'd like to stay here in your pentacle pose, or maybe you're still in child's pose. It's all good. Don't sweat it. I'm going to bring my legs in a little bit more so that they're spread a little bit between the ankles. And then I'm going to cover my eyes with the eye shade or the towel to block out the light. It makes a big difference. Do use at least a towel. The eye shade's nice because it's weighted. Arms down by your sides, palms face up, wiggle your shoulders just a little bit. Whew, so you get nestled in and comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Find your peace. Find the truth in your peace. The truth is, we all do too much, and we don't relax enough. We don't find peace. After working hard, we don't let go. Enjoy these few moments of conscious relaxation. Arms down by your sides, body is heavy. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Soften in your hips and your shoulders. Don't clench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Kind of create a little bit of space there. And don't let those racing thoughts come back to your head. Just focus on your breath. Make your breath exaggerated so you have to focus on it. Deep breath in, belly gets nice and big. And a big full breath out of your mouth. Breathe. If you have the time, stay here longer and enjoy the peace that you create in your body. You can hit your remote control pause button and just stay here longer if you wish. If it's time for you to wrap up your hour, let's take a deep breath in and a big sighing breath out. Letting all the tension go. The tension's gone from your body, from your shoulders, from your hips. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. As you do that, take the motion up into your wrists and your ankles. On an inhale, reach high overhead. Take a big good morning stretch. Point your toes to the bottom of the mat. Reach your fingers high to the top of the mat. Maybe give your hips a wiggle. It's all about movement. Your movement makes you happy. Breathe. Move more, be happier. That's simple. Bend your knees. Bend your elbows. Roll onto one hip or the other. Use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Close your eyes. Soften in the top shoulder. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. You can stay here longer if you like. Or you can press on up, or don't use your hands, and come on up to a seated position. Keep your eyes open, closed, whatever strikes your fancy. Grab a seat. Sit however's comfortable, hands to prayer center, lengthen up. Come back to that mantra, that positive statement. It is yours and it defines you. It is your truth. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Blink your eyes open. Stress number. What is it now? What was it when you started? There's the benefit of your yoga. It comes down when you do your yoga, doesn't it? And you just feel good. How do your shoulders feel? I know you feel better, and that's a good thing. Tell your friends about our yoga. It's free for anybody and everybody. Come have fun every single day. I'm here. Please come. Please let me come do yoga with you. All right, here's something to think about. I thought this was really nice. Be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, and be kind. That was said by Roy Bennett in his book, The Light in the Heart. What a great book. All right, you guys have a great day. See you on your mats tomorrow. Love you. Goodbye. Hello. You're a good girl. How are you? See you tomorrow. Be all that you can be. Oh, that sounds so silly, but it's true. You're being all that you can be by doing your yoga, by showing up, by doing it every single day. Be faithful to yourself. Be faithful to your practice, whatever that looks like. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. Tell your friends about our yoga. They can join in too from the privacy of their own home. And if you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Be all that you can be and enjoy just being. Aw. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.